Welcome to my recap of EVCON 2023, the Electric Vehicle Conversion Convention held at EVTV headquarters in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Please feed the YouTube algorithm by giving the video a like. If you want to see more like this, click subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. If you want to chip in on my expenses, I now have Patreon and YouTube memberships. I arrived several days before the show, and I'll give you a walking tour of the EVTV Workshop. That was a Porsche Spyder converted to electric. This is a VW Doppelkabine. That's a solar-powered trailer with batteries. That's a Porsche 356, fully electrified, and we're working on the throttle cable right now. This is a Cadillac Escalade, which was an attempted conversion that never really turned out very well. And this is my Porsche 914. I had her shipped over from California after being in storage for 10 years. And I'm going to live here in town for about 3 months, put a bunch of upgrades in and get her rolling again and shipped to Spain. That's a Tesla Model S battery pack. That's Jason's Dodge Daytona that he had shipped in for the show. This is the laboratory part of the lab. Now we're moving over to see the Toyota Tundra pickup truck electrified. And this is the parts warehouse for the website of EVTV.me. If you're doing an electric conversion and you need parts, it's a good place to look. They've got an extensive selection of parts that are new and also reclaimed from other cars, and a substantial number of available batteries for sale. And as we turn around from the solar, you can see a wrecked Model 3, the parts of which were used to get another Model 3 running, and a Porsche 356 replica waiting to go. These are cooters, little electric sit-down scooters.
The other cool thing is after Jack conquered home-converted electric vehicles, he kind of migrated his way over to solar power and battery storage. So this is a Tesla Model S battery, currently mounted vertically and acting as a battery for the building. And if we go over here, there's another battery pack here, Tesla pack. They're in parallel right now. They are feeding this inverter, which is powering the whole workshop. We are disconnected from the grid. We've got solar and 2 Tesla battery packs completely powering the entire workshop. And over there, we're just about to start the day and have our first official day of EVCON.
To give you another idea of battery reuse after they're done in a vehicle, this is Jack's solar power system on the roof, 25 kilowatts of power coming in through a series of breaker panels and isolation switches, and then to this thing that they built here at EVTV called a Power Safe 100. And it's a giant grid-tied, solar-tied battery backup system. And if I open it up, you can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Tesla Model S battery modules are in here, along with a solar inverter and all the other necessary control equipment to make this a massive battery system. And they actually designed and built this for a guy who's on an island in the Caribbean and who's building a complete off-grid power system for his house. And this should provide him a lot of power in the event of storms or if the island's grid goes down. You can see how the data cabling is daisy-chained from one unit to the next, to the next, to the next. The backside has the coolant loops, and this is just exactly the kind of thing that you can do if you've got a bunch of spare Model S battery modules lying around. So for people who say, no, battery cars are no good, after 100,000 miles you have to throw it in the landfill. No, you can do this. You can put it in another car. You can use it in stationary storage for a small system for a house, maybe with just 1 or 2, or you do this thing that can power an entire island. It's just easy. Welcome to check-in day at EVCON, EVTV Motor Works headquarters. The cars are starting to roll in. This is the X Prize winning, or shall I say, cheated out of the X Prize for the longest range electric vehicle way back in the day, 10 years ago, I think. And we've got a Chevy Bolt, we've got a Tesla. Here's the replica Porsche 356 that we just got rolling yesterday. There was a broken wire from the throttle cable, but now it's good. We have Jack's Thing, fully electric. This is Fred's Austin Healey Sprite, gorgeous car. He actually sold it, and then it was sold, and then Fred bought it again. We've got Shelby Cobra, fully electric, and Jack's VW Doppelkabine. And then we've got the Porsche Spider replica, and this thing is a work of art under the hood. Just a magnificent build in terms of EV build quality. Over here, we've got Jack's Mini Cooper. The status of this project on the whiteboard is push it into the river. We're thinking that we're going to try and diagnose it and get it working again. This is our rental Model 3. This is a smart car that also has an issue. Another Model 3, and then this really sweet Model 3 with a lightning bolt wrap on it.
And here, Bill from Linden, Tennessee, brought his Cub Cadet full electric conversion.
We've got Jason's Dodge Daytona. No electrical problems this year, strangely, but there's a problem with the emergency brake cable. And so we've got about 10 guys pitching in and working on that. And we just got a Polestar 2. Polestar is Volvo's luxury electric brand, which is in turn owned by Geely, which is a Chinese company. I actually sat in one of these in Barcelona as they rolled out in Europe earlier. And it's a great looking car, and it's currently plugged in and charging.
Welcome to the official opening day of EVCON 2023. We got a lot of cars stacked up. All of these are the same from yesterday, but we've got 2 new entries. Over here we've got a VW dragster with dual motors in the back, and all that piping is purely for show.
This one too is just like, you have fun with all those people in the big lumpy cans, and you're just like, oh, see ya.
No, he talks about this. He's got a lot of good stuff.
There he is, Mr. Brown.
And then the sessions began, kicking off with Fred as he discussed the series of home conversions that he's done, followed by Jason doing a 3D scanning demo using the trunk of my 914. And one thing about EVCON is we're definitely well fed. Next up was a panel discussion with Stan, Malcolm, and Chris talking about their experiences with solar power installations, both on-grid and off-grid. In the evening, we moved over to Jack's house next to the Mississippi River, where we hit golf balls into the river, we ate barbecue and set off fireworks until the cops told us to stop. The next morning, Byron gave an extensive talk on his experience building solar-powered racing cars for long distance as a student, and then after he graduated, he has mentored other students and acts as an official at the racing events. And finally, Robert gave a talk on converting and maintaining his Coda car and other electric vehicles that he's currently working on. Then we moved to full-on car show by lining up all the cars on the street and blocking off the road to allow members of the public to come and check out the cars. We had the local TV news station came and recorded and broadcast a segment.
An extra bonus, we have a Rivian pickup has just rolled in. It's got a big frunk, and its other party trick is it has a gear tunnel right here that goes all the way through. You could probably put some golf clubs or some tools. It'd be hard to get a human in there. It's a little tight.
Yeah, I do hear lots on the back. Sometimes if I put something large in the back, I'll move them to the top. And one time I did that, and then the next day I was like, what's up with this wind noise?
And a latecomer to the show, Ford F-150 with a very well-designed frunk that is a flat right here, so you don't have anything to get up and over. It's got electric plugs, it's got tie-down hooks. There's even a drain hole in here if you put ice when you're tailgating. Still has the Mulrooney sticker. $74,729.
Oh, it's the spare room.
One way to solve it. That also sounds growing.
Then everyone decamped and we moved over to the parking lot of a local shopping mall where we had permission to run autocross sessions. There were a total of 42 runs I was able to capture on the drone, and I'll put a link to the playlist for all of those runs in the description below. And afterwards, trophies were awarded, which were made from Irish whiskey glasses with acid-etched lettering on them. We then began a parade through town. This year we didn't have a police escort, and they just said, try not to violate too many laws. We had a good time driving around town, got a lot of looks and comments from the pedestrians as we went by, and we also stopped in at the cemetery and visited Jack's grave and thought a few words about how great his leadership has been for all of us and pulling us together as a group and trying to move the world forward with electric cars. So thanks, Jack. Can't thank you enough. So that's a wrap for EVCON 2023. Brian and Jackie are happy to announce that EVCON 2024 will be on September 11th through 15th here again in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. So block it out on your calendar. Check the EVTV Facebook page for details about the schedule, and they'll have a block of hotel rooms booked for us at a special discount price, just like every year. So that wraps it up for me, and hope to see you again next year.
Just before we wrap up, I want to thank my Patreons, Peter Bouvier and Puppy, for their support. We also just popped over 2,000 subscribers, which is quite a nice milestone for my little channel. All support is greatly appreciated. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please give it a thumbs up. I see that 81% of the viewers aren't subscribed. Please do, as it does help the YouTube algorithm. Take care and see you next time.